Trey, first of all, how's your leg after that last minute there?
You said on my leg?
Yeah.
Oh, it's feeling a lot better. I just got cramps in both my calves, but I'm feeling a lot better.
Obviously, tough to get things going offensively the first half. Second half, just completely different story. What changed for you guys, especially in that early going in the second half there?
I'd say we just found things that work. We knew that coming out the first half, we played solid defense, but our offense was kind of stagnant, kind of slow. So just picking up our pace in most of our plays and just finding what works and then sticking to it is what we did.
Seemed like the pick and roll between you two just worked really well in that early going in the second half. Just kind of, both of you guys just kind of talk a little bit about that, kind of open things up for you. You were able to get a couple threes in there. Just how effective was just something as simple as that to get you guys going there?
I mean, pick and roll with me and Marcus is extremely hard to guard, I feel like, especially if they're going to put a big on him because they got to choose whether they want to switch onto me or just stun at the ball with his shooting ability. So, him being able to shoot the ball and then, me just trying to get downhill. If they bring two, swing to him is what we did for the most part.
Yeah, just piggyback off that, the pick and roll is definitely dangerous, because even if, the guard go under the screen, Trey's he's able to shoot the ball. He's shooting like 38% from three, so he's capable of shooting the ball as well as just as me. So just having two collapse on him, then, I'm open as well. So it's just you got to pick your poison.
Marcus, obviously, a tough night the other night for you guys, but, to bounce back with win and obviously, you shot the ball really well tonight. Just how do you guys just mentally try to, bounce back from a tough loss like that and really, just get back on track in the next game?
Just going back to the drawing board, just knowing that, we know what we're capable of. You guys, stop having spurts of showing that how good of a team we are. We just got to start off the game stronger than what we, was in the past.
Trey, at the midpoint of the season, obviously it's still early in MAC play. You guys have obviously shown, really an ability to really perform well. What's the key to just, maybe become more consistent, kind of game in and game out? Obviously some tough matchups on the road, but what's, going forward, what's maybe the biggest key for you guys to really just kind of stay consistent?
Kind of what you said, just being consistent, being disciplined, and then just, following the game plan from practice to the game. We feel like we have, extremely good practices. We go hard, we follow the game plan. Just bring that to the game, and then executing it during the game is what we're focusing on right now.
13 fast break points today. How important to the team is it to get out and run like that?
It's very important. We have a lot of athletic guys on our team, who likes to run. You got Braylon, Derek, they all, run the wings very well. So, just being able to get that defensive rebound, kick it out to them quick, and let them start the break.
And then you controlled the glass tonight, 42 total rebounds as a team. How does that help the team win these types of games?
It's huge, that's a big emphasis for us, controlling the boards, because, when we hold teams to one and done, and then that really builds on our transition, builds on our offense, because we're able to run and push with the shooting ability we have, with the, guys that are able to get downhill. It's huge for us. So that's something that we've been harping on, and we're executing it so far in MAC play.
3 seasons at Vanderbilt for you, and then 2 here now at Bowling Green, 1,000 career collegiate points. How's it feel to finally hit that mark?
It feels good. It feels great. A lot of hard work over the years, so I'm excited for it.
And then it really feels like your offense has taken another step up since conference play began. What's been different the past 4 games compared to non-conference play where you struggle to shoot at times?
I just staying aggressive, staying confident. I got great teammates like Marcus, Dejan, just everybody, great coaches that just, always lift me up, through the struggle. So just staying confident, staying aggressive is what I've been trying to focus on.
And then, Marcus, you had a tough few games to begin conference play shooting-wise. You were able to get the ball going here. Good first half for you, I think 11 points in the first half. How good was it to get in a rhythm in this one?
It felt good. I've really never been in the slump that long before, but it just felt good, just getting back in the gym, every day. Just knowing that I'm putting the work in, so I'm going to get back on the floor in game time. I'm just still confident, even if I'm missing. But also just having the coaches and teammates, just picking me up, even when I'm missing. But it definitely felt good, starting off the game strong, just trying to get to the line more, get myself going.
And then you also had 9 rebounds. I believe that's a new season high for you. As you guys are a little thin with some of the big men right now, how big has it been for you guys to crash the boards and win these rebounding battles?
It's been real big, just like Trey said, having one and done possessions on defense, helps us a lot, just getting out of transition fast and, just holding teams to less offensive rebounds definitely, helps us win games.
I mean, how important was that 11-point run at the beginning of the second half? How important was that to you guys to be able to pick up the win today?
I feel like it was big. It's something that we talked a lot about at halftime, just starting fast. We try not to start games slow, but today was a case where we started the game slow, so we know that the second half we had to pick it up huge if we're trying to get this win.
And I mean, with the roster being so thin at this point in the season, you guys are kind of running like a 7-man lineup. What's that been like in these games where like you have to grind out the wins with like so few players coming off the bench?
Staying aggressive, but with the 7-man rotation, just knowing that we got to stay in shape. That's a big part of it. But just knowing that next man up really. We was down with a lot of injuries. Just next man up, and I feel like our bench has been performing well.
You guys maintained the advantage, or were tied for most of the Akron game, and weren't able to close that one out. You guys led for over 34 minutes in this one. Were able to close it out. How big was it for you guys to stay foot on the gas down the stretch and be able to close out a win where you lead most of the game?
It feels good, but we just want to, down the line, we had some possessions where we didn't maybe execute all the way through. So we're still trying to, do that. We had a big win, or a big lead, so it didn't really affect us that much. But in games where it's closer and we're up, we still gotta execute last 4 minutes so that we can, sustain that.
Start with an opening statement, then open up for questions.
Yeah, no, proud of these guys. We really challenged this group. We want to continue to get better defensively, and they always give us effort. You can tell in those effort categories of deflections and rebounding and all that stuff. I mean, they're laying it on the line, and today we did a nice job, limited mistakes. Really hit on our keys in the scouting report, and to hold them to 32%, 21 from three was a huge factor, and especially the tempo that they like to play at. So we were really proud of the defensive effort, and then we could get out and run off of those stops. So good all around effort, and some good individual efforts as well. But just more proud of just the way we were able to kind of close it out.
Coach, was there anything you told Trey prior to the MAC season starting that's really kind of helped him really get into a groove, because he's obviously playing at another level compared to the first part of the season?
Yeah, he's been here for 2 years. He was so fantastic last summer and fall, and that Friday before our first game, he goes down with a significant injury, works his way back, and kind of plays last year, not at full strength, and comes back this year, and saw the glimpses of it, but he had stretches where he was dominant in Europe, and so you saw some glimpses of it, and I think it just needed that little get over the hump, and I think he's there now, and you can just tell him he's got to be the baddest guard on the floor. Like, he's just got to have that mentality, and you're starting to really see it come out.
The early part of that second half there, Trey and Marcus combined for about everyone. Just the pick and roll, just something as simple as that just really opened things up for you guys. How effective was just kind of that 2-man game? They were able to get going, and it really got everyone else going later on as well.
Yeah, and everyone does their role in that. We kind of disguising some of the way we get into it, and bring it from different angles, and sometimes just screen into it, and sometimes we're sealing below, sometimes we're sending 2 guys to the ball. So we're kind of trying to mix and match a little bit to kind of confuse the defense, and Trey's right now just making every right read. And when you have a weapon like Marcus, you better go out and chase him, otherwise he's going to make a 3 on you, and if you mess it up, then Trey's going to make a 3 on you or get to the basket. So they're really refining what we can do with that, and so we're excited about that.
Bench is obviously kind of thin, but you look at, Wilkins gets a steal last seconds of the first half, and then Braylon tips in, just to give you guys a little bit of boost there heading into halftime. Just how important was maybe that little sequence, and just, these guys off the bench are getting some extended minutes, and obviously, really asked to contribute in a lot of ways.
No, Bray and Will were fantastic. I mean, you combined for 12 and 9. But more importantly, what they bring to us in the defensive effort and cutting and running the floor, things that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet, but as a coach you really value it. And so as they continue to get better, you're seeing us get better, and that we hopefully get some of these minutes down across the board a little bit.
36 free throws tonight, coach, as a team. How is that going to help the team down the line with MAC play and keeping the team in a rhythm just for shooting?
Yeah, it's we want to be on attack, and I thought we got a little impatient at times in some of these games, and so when we stay organized and stay on attack and get the pieces in the right places, our speed and quickness can take over, and when that happens, that's when you get to the foul line and guys slow down a little bit, and so that was a huge factor in this game, and we're a very good free throw shooting team, and so we want to make that a big part of what we do.
And 11 second chance points tonight. How is that going to continue on through the season, and in MAC play is going to help you win these types of games?
Yeah, I mean, Jemai, particularly is really hard to keep off the glass. I mean, you Will and Braylon, Derek gets a couple. I mean, when they're offensive rebounding as well, it puts a lot of pressure on teams, and so we want to keep growing in that area and keep teams honest. But we drew fouls on rebounding too, which was. If you can draw a couple fouls because you're going so hard to the glass, that's another way to get you closer to the bonus.
Ryan Sable, Tyson Dunn, a hard guard duo to try to game plan against. Sable, I think 16.5 points a game. You hold him to 10. Dunn leads the MAC in assists. You hold him to 3. What were you guys' keys to holding those two in check?
Yeah, I mean, that was the top of the scouting report. That's the deal. Let's make sure Sable, who came in here last year, and I think hit 7 on our court, and so we made a huge priority, and I thought our guys did a good job diagnosing, where his shots were coming from and trying to get there and taking them out of it. And Dunn, we did a nice job. He's such a gifted passer. That we wanted to just make sure that he had to pass through a lot of hands, that he had tough vision, and so our guys did a nice job in those ball screen coverages and making everything difficult.
Marcus Johnson feels like he's had a heavier workload placed on him past few games. Got back to form today, 21 points, 9 rebounds. How good was it to see him back in a rhythm?
Yeah, you knew it was going to, that wasn't going to stick too long. He's too talented, and we felt like that some of those looks were good, and so we just needed to slow down a little bit. But most importantly, to get 9 defensive rebounds, I thought was really big. That's really big as he continues to evolve and get better. We're excited where his game is going to go because he's still improving.
And then Jemai Felt, 9 and 7. He's gotten a lot more consistent, I feel like, in both those areas. How good has it been for that to line up with you guys being a little thin in that forward area?
Yeah, he's still very very young to the game, but he's matured. He wants to learn. 9-7. He has 4 blocks, a steal. He impacts the game, and you just see him getting better and better. And he maybe more than anybody has benefited from being shorthanded. Is kind of thrust him into the lineup, and so he's learning on the job and doing a great job at doing so.
It feels like a Wiggins Jr. exact. He feels like he's really coming to his own in these past 3 games. How have you seen him improve over the season up until now in MAC play?
Yeah, another guy very very much like Jemai, like guys that are a little bit wild cards. I mean, he didn't play for a calendar year. His body type kind of changed. He's big and strong. Was kind of a 2-guard at Utah, and then he was a 240-pound defensive end. And so as he's got his legs back, and now you're kind of getting into more basketball shape, you're seeing that his athleticism start to come back. You start to see he's cutting and running the floor, and so it's a process, but his best basketball is also ahead of him.
next 3 games, you guys stay at home for Eastern Michigan, go on the road to face Miami of Ohio team, who's as high as any team in the MAC right now, and then you come back home for Battle of I-75. How important is this next 3-game stretch going to be for you guys?
Yeah, the biggest game is Eastern because it's the next one, and that's what we try to focus with our guys. So we've got to protect home court, and then Miami, Ohio, looks very good, and they're really scoring the ball and hard to guard, and it's a hard place to win. Then obviously Toledo is. Throw everything out the window with those rivalry games. So it should be a fun 3-game stretch, and we'll learn a lot about our team. And we've got a small margin for error, and so we've got to really take advantage of our opportunities and play really clean basketball.